UFC Fight Night, Brandon Royval versus Kape has come to a close as of last night. Sorry for the late upload. I had a shift at 5 in the morning, and I wasn't able to watch all of these fights because I had to be asleep. So if my memory is a bit scuffed, apologies. I tried to do my research on these fights, but we're going to go ahead and jump in. Right before I do that, I want to say if you could drop a comment, like, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It helps me grow the channel. I'm going to go ahead and shut up and just jump right in. This is like my 5th time trying to record this. I keep stuttering. It's getting very cold where I'm at, so my room isn't super hot, and I don't want to have my heater on and have the mic pick it up. But we'll shut up and jump in. Early prelim opener, Jamie Lynn Horth versus Teresa Bleda. I got this wrong. I'm not going to try to, like, weigh my picks this card, but I'm just going to let you know how the fight prediction went. I got this one wrong. This was a quick fight. Jamie Lynn Horth came out strong. Teresa Bleda didn't look great. She shot 3 takedowns, got none of them, and then she shot a 4th and final takedown that was sprawled. On her way up, she got hit with a good shot, started the cover up. Jamie Lynn Horth just went for it, started putting some damage on her, 1, 2 through the guard, and Bleda didn't look good. Her face was all pink just from the damage, and the ref saw enough and stopped it there. This was a really quick fight. This was a really quick finish. Good for Jamie Lynn Horth. It's kind of crazy that Bleda couldn't get any of the grappling off, but it is what it is. Good fight to open the card, though. A WMMA finish. I thought this would go to decision, but great win by Jamie Lynn Horth. We move on to a stinker of a fight. Alan Fry Jr. versus Guilherme Pat. I got this one wrong, too. We went 0-2 to start the card. It was not great. The strikes just don't matter here. I mean, these were all let's see, what was significant? Yeah, I mean, even this is reaching. I mean, everything Guilherme Pat was landed with conviction, power. It was hurting Alan Fry Jr. He cut under his right eye, I mean, 2 minutes into the first round, and I'm surprised he didn't get a finish because he was putting damage on him. Outstruck him significantly round 1, round 2, round 3. In round 3, he really put that pepper on him. It was doing crazy damage. It didn't look like either of these men tried to shoot at all during the fight. Not even, I mean, Alan would get hit with some pretty bad shots and then just clinch up against the cage. He didn't even attempt like an actual takedown. He would touch a single leg and then come back up. It was a terrible performance by Alan Fry Jr., and I thought he would look better being an undefeated guy. Guilherme looked good, but he's got things to work on in his finishing instinct. I felt like he should have been able to get a guy like Alan Fry out of there, especially with how much he was landing. He was landing big shots. I mean, snapping Alan Fry Jr.'s head back. Blood was pouring out of the nose. He was just all sorts of cut up and busted up by the end of the fight. And it was a good look for Pat, but he needed to be able to finish that fight, in my opinion. He still got room to grow. Fry's got a lot of work to do, being a human punching bag over 3 rounds that couldn't even get a takedown. Not even a scramble for that instance, not even a trip, nothing. It was a really bad showing by Alan Fry Jr., but it was a really good showing by Guilherme Pat. So, I mean, great win for him. Maybe he'll become something. He's got a lot of work to do, but then again, so does Fry. So, I guess it was a good heavyweight scrap between these two for what it was. We'll go ahead and move on. Melissa Croton versus Luana Santos. We got this one right. This is the first fight on the card we got right. Like I said, 3 rounds. The more experienced fighter is going to show how it goes. Round 1. It was close, but Luana Santos definitely got it. She outstruck her on the feet. There wasn't a high output, but she got the takedown. Round 1 and 2 were just kind of, how you going type rounds. I mean, I think Croton probably won round 2 off of significant strikes, and maybe not because she did get almost subbed in those moments. It just wasn't a good round 1 and 2. But round 3, I mean, my God, this is when I really actually paid attention to the fight. The significant strikes do favor Croton, but this entire round was Croton stuck on bottom position with Luana Santos having a bully headlock on her. Like, how you gonna get out of this? Like some Rogan stuff. And she just held her there. Was landing baby shots, couldn't really get the leverage on any elbows, and it probably would have given up position. And Croton kept trying to buck, kept trying to walk up to the back, get a hook in to rip her head out. Couldn't get anything going. It was really embarrassing grappling defense. She was stuck inside scarf hold. There's a way to do that. You lock your hands behind the back, walk under the hips, and then turn them the other way. There's multiple ways to get out of scarf hold. There's scrambles she could do. There's frames she can make happen. But it's an unfortunate situation. But yeah, Luana Santos edges her out. The decision, it was unanimous, though, so I think it was 29-28. I don't know if you can say 30-27. But it was a good win by Luana Santos. Nothing crazy. She got up and screamed super loud after the end of the fight, like celebrating, doing all this. Like, I just laid on my opponent for a whole round. It wasn't an entertaining fight by any means, but I predicted a WMMA decision. It is what it is, and we got our pick right. Not much else to say. We'll move on to... This was a great fight, dude. Steven Asplund, the Blob, versus Sean Sharaf, who is a dog himself. Didn't look great in this fight, but just refused to go away. Pretty much never even really got knocked down hard. Didn't even get knocked down at all. It was crazy. This is really impressive by Steven Asplund. The cardio this man had after coming down from 500 plus pounds was insane. He set a record for significant strike output in heavyweight history. You don't even see Holloway putting up these numbers on regular. He has to have a really good performance to do this. And Asplund just kept on plodding forward. Cut open Sean Sharaf round 1 with a really good elbow on the inside. He was doing a lot of like coming in, and when they got close, he would up elbow or he would side elbow in the clinch. And it was working amazing for him. Pretty nasty stuff on the feet from Asplund. Good, boxing defense. Anytime that Sharaf would throw a strong overhand or just a 1-2 down the pipe with conviction, Asplund would, roll with the punch or just lean back. He got hit with a few clean shots, took some damage himself, but most of the blood on him was all from that cut off of Sean Sharaf. Round 2, though, Asplund really starts to put it on. I don't know if Sean gassed as much as he just had so much damage that his body probably was quitting on him. Round 2, 99 significant strikes to 23. Asplund was full steam ahead, whooping that ass. Sorry, I didn't mean to click on that. And it wasn't a knockdown, but it was an insane amount of punches that were just not responded to by Sean Sharaf. Probably 20, 30, 40 unanswered punches, and he was just on his bicycle going back, getting hit, stung up. Pretty much almost got dropped, got wobbled badly, was kind of just trying to dodge what was coming his way, offering little to no offense outside of like where he just overhand and get off me, and then Asplund was back on him. Great win by Asplund. The ref had just seen enough. It was just a brutal beatdown. Calls it there. Great win for Asplund. Funny post-fight speech. Titties! He did that. I'm super excited to see what Steven Asplund does in the future. He's obviously got a bit to work on his power, I think. Maybe he was just like tired, but his activity was insane. But just the pop in his shots had definitely jumped away from him going into the second round. Maybe Sharaf's just that much of a dog. We'll see in Asplund's next fight how that looks. But, I mean, great win for him nonetheless. He's got, like, almost a Nick Diaz type fight where he just puts a bit more power behind the punches but still overwhelms you with volume. I mean, great stuff by Asplund. I can't wait to see what comes of him. And Sean Sharaf is a dog. Don't let anybody tell you different. We picked We picked Steven Asplund, and we got this one right. We're going to go ahead and move up the card. Neil Magny versus Yaroslav Amosov. I want to say we picked Amosov by grappling. I think we saw this going to a decision, but Amosov gets it done, gets the sub. Round 1, they strike a bit on the feet. I want to say Amosov picked up a single leg, got him down, and as soon as he got him down, he immediately worked. I think he got him in an anaconda. So, while Magny was probably trying to get up or just right as the takedown was fresh, they landed in a funny position. Amosov shot the arm through, locked it up, rolled Neil Magny to his back, squeezed, and Magny tapped. That's good. I still think Magny is a gatekeeper for a lot of guys, and Amosov has good grappling and proved it. He's legit. He doesn't, shit his pants under the bright lights against a guy like Magny, who a lot of people have done. Great win by him. We predicted it. That's kind of how it goes. Probably not a ranked opponent next, but maybe someone around Magny, I don't really have any names off the top of my head. But still, great one for him. Magny, you're not done, but we'll see where you're at in your next fight. We can go ahead and move on. There's not too much to dive into with these fights. This has stuff to dive into, though. Joe Anderson Brito versus Isaac Thompson. I want to say we picked Brito. This might have been like a short notice replacement. I don't even know if Isaac Thompson was in my prediction video. It might have been someone else. I think I picked Brito, but I could be wrong. Anyway, this was a great fight. This was Isaac Thompson's debut, and boy, did he look good. He had a lot on the feet for Brito. Even though Brito landed the more significant strikes, I think those are ground and pound for the most part. On the feet, Isaac Thompson was looking good, stinging him, but Brito would just relentlessly grapple. And round 1, it was close. I think Isaac Thompson won that round. He offensively grappled, got 2 takedowns of his own despite Brito's 3. They both went even on reversals. Significant strikes favored Thompson, though. But round 2, momentum started to shift. You saw Brito really get the takedowns. I think he had the back at one point. Went for a few sub attempts. Also won on the significant strikes, probably ground strikes. Round 3, more of the same this way. He just, pinned him down more, kept a relentless pace. 0 shots from Isaac Thompson. He was just trying to stay on the feet. But Brito was just violently shooting for this takedown and getting the openings. It was sloppy. It showed that Brito maybe didn't have much for Thompson on the feet. And Thompson's a bit green to the game, UFC debut. Still looked really good against the guy who's accomplished in the UFC like Brito. It was a good win for Brito. It wasn't a great win. I take that back. It wasn't a great win for Brito. But Thompson lost no stock. In fact, he probably gained some for having such a close fight with a guy like this. This is up there with like Lopez losing to Evloev in his debut. Making it that close with a guy who's that good. I think Isaac Thompson will definitely be something. But yeah, no stock loss for Isaac Thompson, but little to no stock rise for Brito. This was a really close fight for him. He won kind of just by control time. I mean, it was a competitive fight, but good win by Brito nonetheless. We're going to move on to, I want to say this is the main card, which is crazy. This was a last-minute add-on. I don't even think it was out when I had made my prediction video, so I didn't predict on it. But what I've seen from this is Bobby Green schooling Lance Gibson Jr. over 3 rounds. I was striking him. This was not a split decision from what I saw other people saying. I mean, overall 65-30. I don't see how that can be a split decision. I think it was one judge gave Gibson the fight. It was 2-1. I mean, we'll go round by round. Bobby Green, no grappling from either man. Actually, a takedown attempt from Bobby Green, but he had the more significant strikes, definitely putting damage on Gibson Jr. Round 2, Gibson started to find his own. He went almost tit for tat on the significant strikes, even got a takedown of his own. But Bobby probably stuffed that guy back up when he needed to. In round 3, he looked a bit better. Lance Gibson had some offense. They both went one apiece on takedowns, but the strikes favored Bobby. Five-fold, 5.5-fold. I mean, it was a great showing for Bobby Green. He hasn't looked great in recent outings, and I'm not too familiar with Lance Gibson Jr. as a fighter. This was probably a good addition to the card, but it was not a split decision. Regardless, a great win for Bobby Green, and I don't know what's next for Bobby Green. He clearly can't hang with the top guys or even the middle guys for that, but still an entertaining fighter, always brings a fight, emotes during the fight, and it's annoying at sometimes, but it's funny at others, but great win for Bobby Green nonetheless. We move on to the stinker of the card. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Marcus Buchecha. This was a draw. I saw some people saying that they thought Kennedy won on damage and then Marcus won on ground control. We see that he definitely... Oh my God. I just saw 3 of 13 jiu-jitsu guys, man. How are you that accomplished in jiu-jitsu and can't get a single, efficient takedown when you want to? You got to fight tooth and nail for it. I mean, less than 30 strikes from both men in a 3-round fight. That's less than 10 strikes around by either man. Not even that. I'm rounding up to make this sound somewhat acceptable, but it's not. I mean, okay, sorry, I was looking at the wrong round. Either way, still a really low output for this fight. No knockdowns. I saw some of the positions they were in. It was just silly. Marcus Buchecha has no fight IQ. When he would get Kennedy Nzechukwu in bad bottom position to land ground and pound, he would land some ground and pound, stop, and look at his coaches like, what now? It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is the most buns fight as of recently. I mean, and Kennedy Nzechukwu is also a cheater. I think he grabbed the cage. I think he got a point taken. That's why this might have been a draw for a cage grab. And it was Herb Dean, which we never see him take a point. So good on Herb Dean for doing this. This was just a stinker of a fight, man. It seemed like, they both kind of went back and forth. But some of the decision making here, nobody really cemented anything. They were both just having really low fight IQ in this. I don't have much else to say about this terrible fight from both of these gentlemen. I just hope to see better in their next outings. I don't know how much more Buchecha, or even Nzechukwu for that matter, has left in their UFC run, because I'm sure the company's looking at both of them like, these guys suck. Yeah, we're going to go ahead. Yeah, no, matter of fact, I'm going to bring this up too. How does Marcus Buchecha, multiple-time gi, IBJJF world champion, not get a single submission on Nzechukwu, but Walter Walker pulls, bottom half guard, in a sense, and just rips a heel hook on Nzechukwu and gets it? How? Just pathetic, man. We're going to go ahead and move on. I'm done talking about that. This redeemed that, though. Melquizael Costa versus Morgan Charrier. Quick fight this was. Minute and 14. So filling out process on the feet. 4-2 total strikes, so really nothing. Probably an exchange. Neither of them really shot a takedown. There was a I think the knockdown was the knockout. I'm going to shut up. Yeah, close tit for tat, few seconds on the feet, and then Melquizael just lands a head kick out of nowhere, sleeps Charrier out cold. It was insane. It was one of the highlights of the night. It really brought the energy back to the card after that stinker before it. Great win by Melquizael Costa. Him and Asplund, their stock probably grew tremendously. I think that's 4 wins this year for Melquizael, and I already have my Fight of the Year video scheduled to come out soon. But not high quality wins, but in the streak he's had, Melquizael's looked really good in the lightweight division, and I really hope he not lightweight, featherweight. I thought these guys were lightweights. I think Charrier has fought a lightweight, but I'm really excited to see what comes for Costa in this division. He seems to have come into his own. He's got really good striking, really good grappling. Now, I feel bad for Sherrier because I liked him, but I think we picked Costa to win, so we'll take that. I thought the grappling would play into this, but no. Just head kick KO. Great win by Costa. We're going to go ahead and move on. Cesar Almeida versus Cesare Oleanik. I can't remember how to say it. He's Michael's brother, I think. This was kind of a stinker of a fight, too. I mean, obviously, it wasn't as bad as Nizichukwu versus Buchecha, but Almeida had good hands on the feet that Cesare wanted nothing to do with. So Cesare would just keep taking him down. 6 of 7 takedowns landed. And Almeida had nothing for him, offense-wise. Got one reversal, had no sub-attempts to counter that, and was getting outstruck in the fight when you look at it. I mean, this is probably ground and pound, but the significant ones, pretty evens. Boring fight. It was like we were so back with the head kick of Melquizel, and now it's so over with this decision. Still a good win for Cesare. He shows that he is grappling and he can control his opponents there. I hope he looks better his next fight out. I can't remember if he had an excuse for this. I feel like he was saying something about it, but you got to blame Almeida too for not having great grappling. I didn't really watch this fight, so I don't know exactly what he was pinned in by, but it just looks like Cesare was able to get the takedowns at will for the most part, or at least set them up well to get him, and Almeida had a really tough time getting back up, and that allowed Cesare to land an insane amount of just pitter-patter, ground and pound shots that are going to add up over time, and he gets the unanimous decision. I think we picked Cesare after we looked at his record, but we might have gone with Almeida. No, I think we ended up looking at Cesare's record and went with him. Who knows at this point? Who even cares? This card was kind of mundane in terms of picks and the seriousness of what's going on, but yeah, good one for Cesare. Boring, though. I hope to see him do better in his next outing. This fight was insane, though. The co-main event, Giga Chikadze versus Kevin Vallejos. Round 2 KO. I mean, this was a good fight. Round 1, they went evens on the feet. Kevin Vallejos tried to shoot a takedown. Nothing really came of it. Pretty low output in terms of significant, but Chikadze was landing good kicks on Vallejos. I want to say he had some leg kicks going. He also had, a good amount of body. It's Giga Chikadze. He's going to land the body kicks. I take that back on the leg kicks. He had nothing. I'm an idiot. Like I said, I didn't watch this fight. I was me. But round 1, Chikadze's landing good body. Now, I don't know if these were kicks or punches. I'd have to imagine they're kicks. He's known as knockout cancer, even though he hasn't gotten knockout in years. But he's got snappy kicks, liver shots, leg kicks, and whatnot. Great stuff in the first round by him. It was close, though. But round 2, I mean, we've all saw the finishing sequence. Kevin Vallejos, they're kind of going. Vallejos, one over the top. Chikadze backs up. Vallejos follows through with a 1, 2 again over the top. Chikadze shrugs it off, does this. When you do this, Leon did this. When you do this, you're playing into your opponent's game. You're taking yourself out of the fight. You're cooked. Vallejos shoots a low body hook. I don't know if he meant to land it or if he was setting it up, but he shoots a low body hook. I don't know if it landed or if he just whiffed it, but it put him in the position to spin around. I have a spinning chair, so this is funny to do. Spins around. Nasty spinning elbow. I don't know if it was right on the elbow, if it was forearm, maybe even back hammer fist. Doesn't sleep Chikadze out cold, but wobbles him, drops him really bad. Chikadze has no idea where he is. I think Vallejos landed a few ground and pound shots, and that was it. That's all she wrote. Great showing by Kevin Vallejos. I think Chikadze's pretty much done. Now, not saying that this isn't an impressive win by Vallejos. It is. I think Chikadze's time in the top 5 or even the top 10 for that matter have come to a close. He's getting up there in age. He's taking a lot of damage off Calvin Kattar, Vallejos, other guys alike. And Vallejos is young. He's stocky. He's got that Topuria boxing style. I mean, look at him. He's a ball of muscle. He's small for the division, but he uses it well. He doesn't let these bigger guys beat him with their frame. He doesn't let them, run away from him on the outside using fancy footwork. He goes in there, has brutal boxing, dirty boxing as well, and gets the finish. Great win for Kevin Vallejos. I'm excited to see him break into probably the top 10 of the featherweight division, maybe top 15. I don't think either of these gentlemen were ranked before this. Maybe Chikadze was, but a great win from Kevin Vallejos. We're going to go ahead and move on to the main event. This was insane. I picked Brandon Royval, so I got this wrong. But I did not expect this fight to go the way it did. I thought it would have gone at least the distance. I mean, Manel Kape looked good. You look at this guy's tits. He's loaded on something. His power is insane. Looking back, I should have thought maybe Royval was just a bit of a chin merchant. And Manel's powerful, but I didn't think he was round 1 KO powerful. It wasn't even a huge shot. I mean, it was a big shot, but it wasn't one that you're like, oh, Royval's chinned. He just got dropped up against the cage. I mean, Manel's fast. He's zippy on the inside, and that makes you kind of flinch. And he did that. He kind of pushed Royval up against the cage, went for a little feint, I think it was a right hook, and it just caught Brandon, dropped him flat on his ass. Manel landed a few good ground and pound shots, and the ref saw enough. great win for Manel Kape. I think he deserves the title shot over. Obviously, we need Pantoja to get his belt back. I think he beats Van. We'll see. We need that rematch run back immediately. Tatsuro Taira can wait or fight Manel Kape to be a number 1 contender. But I think Manel Kape definitely deserves the title shot over Taira. Taira's coming off of a win over Moreno, who hasn't looked the best in his recent outings. And he lost to Brandon Royval, who Manel Kape just slept out cold in round 1. And Royval's known for having a chin, so this is a very impressive win for Manel Kape. And I think he could potentially beat Pantoja. Maybe Pantoja's able to grapple him to nullify that striking, but Manel's zippy, man. He's good. And I'm excited to see what comes for him. Overall, this wasn't an amazing card. I felt like it under-delivered. I said in my prediction video this was a good card. I felt like it was going to deliver. And I was a bit disappointed. I thought there'd be a bit more finishing on some of the lower-ranked cards. We had a lot of fights fall through. Who was it? Amanda Lemos versus Jillian Robertson fell through due to health concerns on Lemos' side, which sucked because Jillian Roberts is a dog, always goes for the finish. I was excited for that fight. Something else fell through, I think, here too, or maybe not. But overall, not a great card to end the year on, but the ESPN era is over. We're moving on to Paramount. We're paying for our subscription, which we always have been doing, but it's going to be a lot cheaper this time around. Decent card, nothing to write home about. Good one from Manel Kape, potential title implications. Great way to break into the top 15. I feel for Kevin Vallejos, and the rest of this card was a bit of a stinker, but great stock in Steven Asplund, and we got a prospect to watch out for in the future in Isaac Thompson. And a good win by Costa. I mean, again, not crazy highlights of this card. It was relatively short in terms of the amount of fights that were on it, but a good, semi-good way to end the year. I'll go ahead and wrap up the video here. We got some videos coming out later this week. The 6th week has begun. I'm not wrong this time. We have no UFC, so I'm going to try to do my best to entertain you guys with different video ideas. Please feel free to drop a comment. I'll probably post a poll about video ideas and have y'all vote on what you'd like to see. I saw someone vote yes on the referee tier list. Maybe I can do that over these few weeks. But again, thank y'all so much for watching. Please subscribe, share. Let's grow this channel. Let's grow a community around this. Let's get this moving because this is really fun to do. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. If you bet on this card, I'm sorry for your losses because I feel like there was a bit of upsets on here, especially in the opening 2 fights. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut up. See ya.